Not so long ago, I hated cooking. And then Laura happened. Who am I? Well, my name is Ruta and I'm a Lithuanian currently living in Iran. I know! Every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! My name is Ruta and welcome to the 130th day of my challenge, where I'm actually trying a new recipe of Laura in the kitchen every single day, and then whenever I have internet and I'm not traveling, I'm posting all of these experiments every second day just to give myself time to prepare everything, to edit everything, and make myself sit down and edit, actually, because I have to be honest, cooking part and then the trying part are my favorite, and that sitting down by a computer and just doing all the technical stuff, I just need to find like this motivation inside me, but I get it from you, from your feedback, so I just keep on doing that. So anyways, today I'm gonna try strawberry shortcake for the first time in my life, and I was so curious what's the difference between the strawberry shortcake and strawberry cake, which I feel I just finished eating. What was that, like 4 or 5 days ago I tried that recipe. So anyways, I was so curious what the difference is that I actually googled, and I found out that the biggest difference basically is the size. So the cake is, you know, the cake, the big one, and then the shortcakes usually are these individual little ones. And then there's the difference in kind of like the texture. So the shortcake is supposed to be more like a scone, which makes me feel so fancy that I even know what that texture is. Only with this challenge of mine did I try my first scone in life as well. So anyways, so those are kind of like the biggest differences between them. So I'm really looking forward to kind of finishing this whole thing up so I can actually taste and see for myself what the difference is. So anyways, let's go over the ingredients and let's get started. We're gonna need, for the shortcakes, 200 grams of flour, 100 grams of butter cut into small cubes, 50 grams of sugar, plus a little bit more for sprinkling on top, 120 milliliters of heavy cream, 1 egg yolk, beaten, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and an egg wash. That is 1 egg and a little bit of water mixed together. And for the berries and cream, we're gonna need some fresh strawberries. I'm using 250 grams, zest and juice of 1 small orange, 15 grams of sugar, and some ready whipped cream. Starting with the dough, I will turn on my oven to preheat to 180 degrees, and I will prepare my baking sheet by lining it with some parchment paper so that the shortcakes wouldn't stick. And I could technically do this a little bit later, but I already know I will make such a mess here that it's easier to do that in advance than later. So Laura makes the dough with her standing mixer, which after watching the original recipe, I feel like using some sort of an electric mixer would help to do that quicker and easier. So I've decided to use my fanciest tool in the kitchen, handheld mixer. So I will take the flour, sugar, baking soda and salt, baking powder and salt, and just briefly mix them together. I've just taken out the butter from the fridge because you want it really cold. I'm gonna add it here and then mix until it becomes kind of like the size of small peas and is dispersed throughout the batter really nicely, which Laura says it shouldn't take longer than 30-40 seconds. So handheld mixer is no kitchen aid apparently, because it's not happening to me. Maybe I'll just take a wooden spoon. Yeah, I think that's what I will do. You know what? Cook's best tools. I'm going in with my hands because that's just not happening. I don't want to melt the butter though, so I think now as I've given them a head start, I can finish up with the mixer. And now I've also taken out of the fridge the heavy cream and the egg yolk, which I'm gonna add in and mix until the dough forms. And you know what? Now it does ring a bell to me. This is like making a scone. I'll stop at that maybe. Okay, so I brought a little bit of flour here because now I'm gonna try and take it all off, flour my surface lightly, and by the way, didn't I say I will make a total mess here? Okay, so I will flour lightly my surface, take the dough off, and then form it into a square, which should be around 1 centimeter thick. And be sure that I didn't throw this away. If you were wondering, I will use my half of the ruler. Oh my goodness, from how sticky it was, I was waiting for something way worse than this. This is actually so easy. Maybe I should use a rolling pin. I don't remember. Was she using? I'll bring my rolling pin. Have you seen anyone rolling like that? Okay, let's call it good. And now you want to cut out either squares or circles out of this, and a quick way to do that, circles that is, take a glass, or I will use a ramekin in this case because my glasses I feel like are too kind of narrow. Dip into flour and then press it down. Easy to say dip, it doesn't fit. Poor guy didn't make it to the baking sheet because there's just no space for it left, so I will have to bake it with the second go. But now... Okay, so first I feel like I need to rearrange them, do I? Nah, let's call it good. Okay, so I have here egg wash and the sugar for sprinkling, so I will take my pastry brush and now brush each top with some egg wash and then sprinkle some sugar on top. Perfect. And now into the oven for 25 minutes. And now I will add in the last little scone to bake and let them cool down completely. And in the meantime, I'm gonna prepare the strawberry mixture. I'm gonna take each one, trim the leaves, and then cut them up into bite-sized pieces. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in the orange juice, orange zest, and the 1 tablespoon of sugar. Mix everything together and put it into the fridge for at least 20 minutes to, well, I guess marinate. And And now the only thing left to do is to assemble, and I'm pretty sure you're supposed to do that right before eating, so I'm gonna only make one for now and I'll reserve the rest for later. So you take your fully cooled down scone. It has to be fully cooled down because this will start melting otherwise, and you want to cut it in half like so. Once you cut it, you want to put a little bit of that awesome strawberry mixture together with the juice. Top it with a spoonful of whipped cream. Put the top part on, and then if you feel like decorating a little bit more, you can add a little bit more of the whipped cream, and if you have any more strawberries left, you can put a full strawberry on top. Wow, does that look impressive! I honestly didn't expect it to look that impressive. And it didn't even break. I was so careful cutting it like so because it is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, kind of crumbly. So you do want to be careful while cutting it in half, but like, look at this. Look at the front of it. Doesn't it just like call you? If I saw something like this in some cafe, I would definitely order because that just looks so amazing. Well, how to eat it now, look. I think I should bring a fork and a knife maybe. One sec. Okay, so I think this will be one of those messy desserts. When you look at it, oh my goodness. This will be an amazing, I'm so excited. This is so good. You know what? I think I like this more than the strawberry cake. Why? Okay. This is not that sweet. First, the scone itself is very mild. Like, if you've tried scones before, the simple ones, this is like that. It's really simple and mild. It's like, it's not in your face with the sweetness. Now, my whipped cream doesn't have any sugar in it. That could, a little bit maybe. And then the strawberries are also quite tart because I didn't add too much sugar. So this is more of a tart dessert than a sweet one, which I love. Don't get me wrong, I loved the strawberry cake. It was so good too. I think I totally compensated for the lack of whipped cream in the strawberry cake. Here I have plenty. It's so good. Okay, I have to go now because I have a business of making some tea and just sitting and enjoying this amazing thing. If you want, go and check the original recipe by Laura there. The written one, as always, is in the description box down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, you should definitely do that because we're having this much fun every second day here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a day. Bye!